Let's see. Am I live is the question. Okay. I just want to start off by giving a quick shout out to my friend Zoe Hong on YouTube. She makes some cool fashion and illustration educational videos, so check her out. Links to her will be in the description. Anyway, hello world, it's Siraj. Let me mute that. And it's good to see you guys. Glad to be back in black. Not really black. This is kind of like shiny, if that's a color. It's not. Anyway, I'm in this new space, so that I'm happy about that. That's my picture I just took of myself. No, I'm just kidding. That's just something that's been there. But yeah, I'm in this like virtual reality space right now. I've just moved into, so there's going to be a lot of cool, crazy videos that I'm going to make with mixed reality soon. So get hyped. Let me refresh this page so I can see your comments, because right now it's loading. And I don't like loading. I don't like loading. I want to see. There we go. Okay, so now we've got some people. Okay, wow. Hi, guys. Wow. Everybody's in the room right now. We've got 79 people. So I'm going to start off this. It's 1 a.m. in India. Okay, sorry, guys, about this timing. Well, I'm not. Next time I'm going to do it an hour earlier. So for everybody in India, I'll do it an hour earlier. Okay, next time. Anyway, so hi, guys. Let's do a 5-minute Q&A, and then I'm going to explain the concepts, and then I'm going to, we're going to code this thing. And so what we're going to code this time is, it's a Python script that's going to pull 20 of the most popular words from a Wikipedia article, and then it's going to display the frequency count of all of those words. And this is going to be useful, and I'm going to talk about this, why we're going to do this in a second. But first of all, 5-minute Q&A. Here we go. Hi, Sudarshan. Thanks, Tejas. And Josh. This session is going to take 45 minutes. If you want to do a master's in CS program at Columbia or any school, the prerequisites would do a computer science undergrad degree. Caffe or TensorFlow. We want to use TensorFlow because Caffe, I actually have a video on this called Deep Learning Frameworks Explained. Check that out. All right. Hey everybody, where do I do my hair? So there's this guy who, he also does Travis Kalanick's hair, who's the Uber CEO. I didn't know that. I just went to the salon like, yo, what's good? And then he's like cutting it. He's like, oh, I do Travis's hair. I was like, oh my God, I need to keep you because that's awesome. So that's the guy. His name's like Anthony. Anyway, okay, so can I build my own neural network from scratch, no dependencies? I'm gonna do that in a later video. If you want to do a master's in deep learning at Montreal, you should totally do that because that place is becoming a super cluster for machine learning research. Okay, you've got Yashua Benji over there, and that guy's a G, bunch of cool stuff. Anyway, are you going to use beautiful soup? Yes. Hi, Facundo. How difficult is it to get into a master's program? Well, it depends on the school. For the one in Montreal, I would say it's going to be pretty difficult. Yeah, I mean it's going to be world class. So the harder, I mean, the better the quality, the harder it's going to be to get in. What's my favorite app in machine learning? Wow, probably just chatbots in general. Like I want to see better and better, more human-like chatbots. I'm really excited for that. Got any tips for getting into deep learning research? I would try to find a paper that you find to be interesting and replicate the results. So find the source code and then replicate the results, maybe in a different deep learning library or your own version. But if you can do that, that would be a great demo code to show a professor and say, hey, look, I replicated this code. I can do this stuff. And you know, a lot of the times, enthusiasm plus a resume on GitHub is enough to get in. Is it wise to go in deep learning with very minimum machine learning experience? Yeah, because I mean, machine learning is just a bunch of statistical methods of predicting the future using existing data. Deep learning is taking what's existed since the 50s, a neural network that's been around, and applying it to huge data sets and lots of computing power. And guess what? Deep neural nets outperform almost every single machine learning model almost all the time. So you don't even need to really think about other things if you can do other types of ML models, if you can do deep neural nets well. Can you suggest any tutorial for machine learning noobs? I would say my channel. My channel is the best stuff out there. Download the code. Make sure to download the code associated with each video and run it locally, okay? Any videos on Bayesian approaches? I actually do have one on that. It's called One-Shot Learning. What do you think would be a good approach for doing sentiment analysis for plagiarism? Sentiment analysis for plagiarism. I don't think that's actually sentiment analysis. That's like cross-reference checking. There's an API for that actually. Like just Google plagiarism API. All right, one more question before we get started. What is the most impact a chatbot has created to date, to the best of your knowledge? I think that the best one so far has been the most impactful chatbot so far. I mean, aside from Siri and Google Now, probably like in terms of use, like in terms of people using it, probably like sports. Even though I'm not a sports fan, like sports chatbots because they give you the game, game, time, score. People who don't do this, like look at chatbots, have been using this stuff. Anyway, so that's had the most impact. Anyway, so okay, so that was it for the Q&A. Now we're going to get started. One more. What if I'm 16? If you're 16, you're at a perfect age to get started with this stuff. Don't hesitate, don't wait, get started. You're gonna be awesome by the time you're 21 plus, okay? Anyway, so now we're gonna get started. What we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna write a 50-ish line script in Python that's going to get 20 of the most popular words from a Wikipedia article that we choose, and it's gonna list the frequency of those words in terminal in terms of word count, all right? So that's what we're gonna do, and it's going to be 50-ish words, and the reason we even would want to do this is because recommender systems could highly benefit from this. We could have recommender systems that, if you have a user who likes, Batman, for example, we could then query Wikipedia, get the top 20 words in the Batman article, and then show the user suggested things that they would like because, it's related to Batman. We could build chatbots, right? So if a user says something, the chatbot could then query Wikipedia, get 20 related words to what the user is feeling, and then use those to create an intent of what the next thing the chatbot is going to do. We could do sentiment analysis, we could do data visualization, we could do market research. There's a lot of possibilities, but the basic fundamental step here that I'm trying to teach in this video is how to scrape data from the web. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to scrape data from the web, and to do that efficiently in Python is going to be relatively easy, and we're gonna get started, okay? So here we go, I'm gonna start coding now. So let's see. Screen sharing time. Desktop. Start the screen share. All right. Boom. And let me show myself. All right. So here we go with this. Hold on. I got to make sure that I'm visible. I'm visible because I like being visible. Unless you're my ex-girlfriend who I just broke up with. Oh, I don't want to be visible to her. Anyway, because I don't have time for that, I have to do this. Okay, here we go. Here we go, hold on, move out of the way, okay. Okay, so now, here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna import our dependencies, right? So let's import our dependencies. And then we're going to write our script, right? So let's import our dependencies. So the first thing we're gonna do is, let me make sure, this is, you guys can see this, right? Like this is a good visible code, right? This size, this is good, right? Let me know. So, so the first dependency we're gonna import is beautiful soup, right? Beautiful soup is going to let us, it's gonna pull data out of HTML, and it's going to and XML, and so we can parse it later. So when we pull the data from Wikipedia, it's going to be HTML, and we want to parse it properly. So that's what Beautiful Soup is going to help. It's going to help us do that. The next one we're going to import is called Request. Request gets over 7 million downloads a month. It is like the Python library for dealing with the web, like pulling data from the web, pushing data to the web. Next, we're going to import re, which is going to help us perform regular expressions. Regular expressions they describe a search pattern. So if anything we want to do to a word, like remove the second character of a word every time, or add a period at the end, or remove a space, that's what regular expressions help us do. I'm going to make this code available later, so don't even worry about it, all right? So now we're going to import the operator module. Operator is basically a wrapper around functions that already exist in Python, like addition, subtraction. That's what operator is going to help us do. It's just a more readable way of doing these things for this tutorial. Now we're going to import JSON, which is going to help us parse our JSON, which is what we're going to retrieve from the web. It's going to be JSON, which is a format for pulling data from the web, okay? And now we're going to import tabulate. So what is tabulate? Tabulate is, it only has one function. That's it. That's the only thing this library does. Tabulate is going to take a list of lists, and it's going to create a nice, pretty table in terminal where we're going to display all of our words, okay? So that's what tabulate does. Thanks, guys. And so now we're going to import sys, which is going to let us make system calls, which specifically in this is going to let us get the user input, which is the user input is going to be what's the Wikipedia article that we want to get data from, right? Okay, so that's sys. And now we're going to import, the last library is called stop words. Well, what are stop words? Stop words are words that don't matter. In natural language processing, we always want to remove our stop words before we perform anything on our data, whether it's machine learning or cleaning, whatever. Stop words are words like the and to and at. And stop words, this library is going to let us remove all the stop words at once. Okay, so those are our dependencies. Let's go ahead and get started with getting our data from Wikipedia. Okay, so the first step we want to do is say, let's create our link to the Wikipedia API, right? So here's our link, and it's going to be this variable, and I'm going to paste in the link right here because I already have the link. Okay, so here it is. So let's go over this link for a second. So it's wikipedia.org w/api.php. That's going to let us access the API. The format is going to be JSON, so that's the first parameter. The next is the action is going to be called query because we are querying the data from the web. The list type is going to be search. What does that mean? That means that whenever we type in a word like Batman, it's going to search for all the Wikipedia articles related to Batman, and it's going to list them. And then the last parameter is going to be SR search, which is what we're going to add. That's going to be the name of our article, which we're going to add to this string later. Okay, so that's the string. Okay, so it's going to be a little long, so it's going to go over the page. If you want to see it again, just let me know. Okay, so that's the string. Let's make one more link. Wikipedia link. So this is just a link to the Wikipedia page. Why do we need this? Well, I'm going to explain that in a second, but right now let's just type this in en.wikipedia.org/wiki. All right, so those are our links, and now, yeah, let me put the URL in the chat. That's a great idea. Let me just, if you're watching this later, if it's recorded, don't even worry about it. Just give me 3 seconds. Boom. There we go. Okay, so so that's the data from Wikipedia. Oh, so those are our URLs. So now let's get the user inputs. So let's say if the length of the user input is going to be small, then go ahead and print enter a valid string because you haven't typed in a valid string. And then we're going to exit the program. So this is an error. So if the search word is too small, throw an error. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is get the search word. All right, so what is a search word? So the user is going to type into a terminal what type of article they want to search for. So we're going to store that into the string query variable. And we're going to retrieve that using the sys function and the sys module's argv function. This is the first parameter, okay? And now we also want to say, so by the way, this is what this is going to look like, all right? So whenever we type in, whenever we run this, it's going to look like this. Python main.py, the name of the article, and then yes or no. Okay, what does that mean? That means it's going to pull all the top 20 words from the Batman article, and yes or no just means, do we want to remove the stop words or not? Okay, that's what it's going to look like, and we want to say yes. So we want to say if the length of the second argument is greater than 2, then yes, we want to set search mode to true, which means remove stop words. Oh, and this needs to be a capital, right? Okay, so the next thing is else. Why don't I apply for a job at Google? I mean, like, I'll think about it, but like, I'm not leaving you guys. I've built something too awesome here to leave you guys. Okay, so so this is going to remove stop words if we want to. All right, so let's go ahead and create our URL. Let's create our URL, right? So the URL is going to hold on. URL, move out of the way, move out of the way, move out of the way. Okay, so why are there so many Indians here? Well, because Indians are really into technology, and India is an up-and-coming country. Okay, so here we go. Wikipedia API link plus string query. What did I just do? Well, we took our string query and we added it to the end of that link that I just sent you, right? Added it to the end of search. So we've basically, the computer science terminology is concatenated. We concatenated a string, okay? So we create our URL. All right, we're ready to search for Batman, okay? We have our URL. And how do we want to make this, and you know, Bronx is awesome too. New York City is awesome. I went to school there. Okay, so how do we want to make our request? Well, we want to create what's called a try block, a try except block. Why? Because in a try except block, you try something, and if it doesn't work, you make an exception. And guess what happens whenever you deal with the web? Exceptions. You want to handle exceptions, right? Did you type in the wrong URL? Is the server down? Is your DNS provider effed? Did you not pay your monthly bill? All this stuff, it doesn't work. So anyway, if anybody's late, don't even worry about it. All the code is still here, okay? You can see it all from the beginning. So now, let's go ahead and write out our response. We're going to make our query now, right? So we're going to use the request library to get the URL, okay? So that's going to store that data in the, it's going to store our article in the response variable. And now we're going to use the JSON module to load the data from that response, and we're going to decode it because guess what? It's not in the right format. And how do we do that? We say UTF-8, which is the format that we want. Okay, so now our stuff is in this data article. I'm going to add the regex in a second. So now we want to format this data, right? We want to format the data. Let me just remove this, like get out of the way. All right, here we go. All right, so now let's format the data. And by the way, guys, the YouTube space in LA was awesome. That was an incredible experience. I feel so inspired to teach you guys a lot of stuff and do cool videos. Okay, so we're going to format this data using the JSON module. And we want to get that, wait, hold on a second. JSON.loads, response.content. Actually, I just did that. What am I doing? Anyway. So now we're going to say Wikipedia page tag, and we want to say, let me just write this, and then I'm going to explain query. This is a little search, and that's going to be here. And I'm actually going to show you guys what this looks like in the browser. Okay, in the browser. So what are we doing here? Well, we want to get that Wikipedia page tag. Why? And then we're gonna create our new URL with that. Okay, so it's gonna be URL equals Wikipedia link, the one that we just made, plus the Wikipedia page tag. Okay, so let me show you guys exactly what I mean by this. Let's take this link that I showed you, okay, and let's run this in our browser. Okay, so let me just move this down here. Boom. Can someone tell me how many people are viewing? Because I can't even see because it like froze or something. So what happens here? I'm going to take that and I'm going to add, let's say, Batman to the end. What does it look like? Okay. This is just, it's going to show all the articles that are related to Batman. 180, okay, cool. This is going to show all the articles related to Batman. It doesn't actually show the Batman article. It just shows all the articles related to Batman. We're going to pick the first one from this, like, see, like list of Batman comics, adventures of DC comics, you know, all of these are possible articles. But we're going to take the first one, which is going to be Batman himself, and that's the article that we're going to retrieve. So this first link doesn't actually retrieve the stuff that we need, right? It just it retrieves the list of possible articles. I should use the JSON viewer plugin. I have that in Chrome. So anyway, okay, so that's what this does. This is what the Wikipedia page tag variable stores. It's going to store that first link, and then we're going to create our new URL to that Wikipedia page, and we're going to pull the data from that. So this URL is going to contain all of our stuff. Okay, all of our words, all of our paragraphs, everything. Okay, so that's our URL. I'm using Safari because, like, I mean, you know, Hangouts is crazy. It sometimes works on Chrome, sometimes it doesn't. You never know. Okay, so here we go. So we create our new URL, and now we want to get the list of words from that page. So page word list equals get word list URL. I haven't written this, so that's going to get the list of words from the page. I haven't written this method yet, and guess what? Whenever I write Python, I don't write my helper methods, helper functions first. I write them out as if they already exist. Then I go back and I write those helper functions, okay? And that, I think that, and not I think, that is great programming practice in general, to just assume what you want your function to look like and then write it, okay? So get word list URL, all right? And so now we have our word list. Now we want to create a table, all right, of word counts, All right? Have I met Eminem? No. Okay, I'd love to though. Okay, so now create table of word count. So page word count equals create frequency table page word list. That variable we just did. So create frequency table. Another function that I haven't written yet, but I will. Okay, so that's going to create a frequency table of words. Okay, so now we've created a table. Now we want to sort these words, right? Now we want to sort. We want to sort it. So we're going to store that in the sorted word frequency list, and we're going to use a sorted function of Python as a default function to sort this. So say page word count dot items. We want to get all those items from the page word. And then we want to get the key. The key is going to be the operator, the item getter. So that's where operator comes in. It's going to get the first element and it's going to reverse it so that it's sorted in order of frequency. Okay, so that's what this does. Sorted frequency list. So now we want to remove our stop words. Remove stop words. All right. So now we're going to remove our stop words. Okay, so if remember that variable up there, search mode, that's what told us, like, do we want stop words or not? All right. And no, I answer all you guys, Sudarshan, whenever I can. Don't take it personally, all right? I'm in the zone. So okay, so I know my phone is vibrating. Thank you, Aditya. I need to. Who's there? Oh, it's my sister. She's just like, what's up? Anyway, she's kind of a princess, but like, anyway, here we go. So removes stop words. Where was I? Oh man, this is fun. Okay, here we go. I say here we go a lot, dude. Get in the zone, auto zone. That was hilarious. Man, isn't this painting crazy? Like, this guy is on it. I mean, I like it though. Anyway, that's why it's there. So let's remove our stop words. So we're going to say sorted word frequency list. So we're going to store this in the sorted word frequency list. Frequency list. And we're going to remove stop words. And that is where the regex comes into play in a second. And I'm going to remove stop words. Okay? So check that out. There is actually, sorry, so someone asked if stop words works for Spanish. Yes, it does. It works for a bunch of languages, and I'm going to show you, it does work for a bunch of languages, okay? So if search mode, sorted frequency list equals remove stop words, okay, so I'm just making sure I have that. All right, so we removed our stop words, and now we want to sum the total words to calculate the frequencies. Okay, let's sum the total words to get the frequencies. So total word sum equals 0. All right, Dan O'Oct is my friend from high school who ended up blowing up on YouTube, so that's awesome. For key, so we're going to calculate the frequencies of each of our words. So in the sorted word, let me get some of this copy. One second. I ain't got time for that. All right. For key value in sorted word frequency list, well, let's get the total word sum. And then we're going to say the total word sum plus the value. All right. What is that doing? It's saying for all of those words in our list, let's get the sum of all those words because the value is going to be the frequency count. Okay. So then, so now we just want to get the 20. Just get the top 20 words. That's all we want to display in our table. We want to get the top 20 words. All right. What is the key on line? What is value of key on line 43? Item getter. It's going to be that first element in the list. So just get the top 20 words. If the length of the sorted word frequency list is greater than 20, then we don't want it. We just want the first 20, right? So we'll say sorted word frequency list, and guess what? Up till 20. That's what that means. Up till 20. No, I'm not jealous of Dan. I'm a huge fan. I mean, he gave me a shout out in one of his videos, and I gave him a shout out too. It worked out great. Who do I get jealous of though? Do I get jealous? I get jealous of like, if like I have a girlfriend and she likes other guys. Sometimes I'll get jealous of that. Anyway, but that's the extent. I don't really get jealous of like celebrities anymore. I used to though. I just feel like awesome. Good job. Anyway, man, all right, so we're just gonna get the top 20 words, and now we wanna get to create our final list, which is gonna contain our words, words with the plus frequency counts and plus percentage, like what percent of all the words do these words make? Okay, so here's our last part, okay? Missed something in line 50. You're absolutely right, thank you so much, Runak. Okay, so here we go. So final list, we're going to create our empty list. Best resource to learn Python the hard way, and my channel. For key value, for every key value pair in the sorted word frequency list, we'll get the percentage value, and we'll say value times 100 divided by total word sum. And so what we're doing is we're calculating that the percentage frequency that these words are showing up by multiplying by 100, right? And then finally, we'll add it to our list as the word, that's the key, the value, and the value, which is the number of times it shows up. And the last one is the percentage, like what percent of words total is that, okay? And then finally, we can print out the headers. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna print headers, and what are the headers gonna be? It's gonna be in order. It's going to be, all right, line 61, final list. Oh, thank you. Good call. Print headers, Word. We are creating Skynet, absolutely. So get ready, guys, because the world is gonna not come to an end. We're not creating Skynet. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be fine. It's all good. It's all good. As long as I'm alive, it's all good, right? Okay, so frequency. If you want to take me out, come try, because like I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Wasn't that a dope ass beat? It was, wasn't it? All right, here we go. Frequency frequency percentage. Okay, so those are our three things. Frequency percentage. Okay. All right, so that's it. So that's it, okay? That is it. So that's gonna print it out, and here's what it's gonna look like, by the way, right? So if we will say, let's say Python main.py, and we wanna say boom, 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 boom. And we're gonna go all the way down, like, okay, just like that. And then, yes, the code is gonna be available to download. Let's see what this looks like. We'll say Python, main.py, and what is, someone shout out an article that you want me to look up, okay? And then I'm gonna look it up, and we're gonna get the 20 words for that article. Whoever says the first word, okay? All right, here we go. And it's gonna be me. What did install Gentoo? Okay, let's say Gentoo. All right, great. Super Smash Trump. Oh, not Trump. Not Brazzers. No, no. Okay, God, Trump. All right, Trump. Let's do Trump. And do we want to remove stop words? Let's do it. Hold on. Hold on a second. What's going on here? What's going on here? Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Boom. There we go. Wow, that wasn't a lot of words. Let's try Batman. So that's better. Okay, so here we go. Let's try Jenga, actually. Yeah, let's try, no, Pokemon. Pokemon's good. Okay, so what's happening here? Okay, so let's take a look at this. We have the top words, right? Pokemon, games, release, generation. And then we have the frequency of all those words. It showed up 253 times, and it's 7.4% of all words. Okay, once we do this, we can apply this to a lot of other things like NLP. We can apply this to sentiment analysis, and we can recommend things for people. We can do market research. We can build chatbots with this. I know Pokemon is the most frequent word at this Wikipedia article. I know that's kind of weird, isn't it? But that is the case. Games is the second one. And I'll do one more because you guys are really into this. Say Power Rangers. I don't know, did I, maybe it's like, actually I think I need to do like underscore Power underscore Rangers, yes. There we go. So Rangers is the most frequent word, right? Isn't that cool? So anyway, okay, so that's that. I'm going to upload this code to GitHub, and it's going to be available for you guys to look at. And I'm going to close the session out with a final 5-minute Q&A, and then we're good to go. And I'm going to do a live session next week too. And definitely comment what kind of live sessions you want to see. And I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. Okay, so here we go. 5-minute Q&A, go. Is there a way to remove duplicates, singular and plurals? Yeah, there is. You would just use regular expressions. So you'd want to remove the S at the end of a word, which would mean it's plural, right? That's basic. I mean, some words, anyway, thank you. I'm glad Jesus loves me. I love Jesus too. And where am I right now? I'm in San Francisco, California. Hopefully Jesus doesn't love Trump. But everybody deserves love in some way. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I just got back from the YouTube Space LA where I was there for a week. YouTube flew me out. I won this contest Next Up. And that was crazy because it was like 20 creators and they were amazing people. They were leaders, and like it was cool. But I was like the weird one because like no one understands code. Like, because like I'm in my bubble here in San Francisco, right? I'm just like doing machine learning all day, and I'm not even thinking about making, you know, videos about like formatting data or like how to use GitHub, because to me that stuff is so simple. But guess what? I'm in a bubble. So like that's the biggest realization I got when I was there, was like, oh my God, I need to make much more accessible videos, because like those people like they were smart, but they just didn't get what I was doing. I'm so specialized. So it was awesome. I'm doing pretty good. I'm newly single, and I'm focused on my work, and I'm trying to just become, you know, awesome and like do physical activities and have interests and lead a busy, awesome, dope life. So anyway, I'll take 3 more questions. Can I make a video to guide beginners? I mean, I think that's like all my videos, but I'm gonna get better at that, trust me. What is your source of income? I mean, there's like YouTube ads, which isn't really much. Patreon is really the biggest one. I can get clients who come in and like ask me to make videos for them, but like, I just, that takes away from the videos I make for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just make videos for other people. So I'm trying to just focus on this channel, and that's it. And the way I'm supporting myself is YouTube ads and Patreon. And it's not enough yet, but like I feel like it will be eventually. I'm just gonna keep doing it. One more question and then we're good to go. I am single with this hair, but it's all good, like it's whatever. Do you know anything about bioinformatics? Bioinformatics? I mean, like fingerprint reading and then eye scanning. So actually, I tried to write a paper called Proof of Identity, the way to prove your identity online in a decentralized way without a central server. I tried writing that paper, but it's just, I just couldn't think of a way to do it. I thought about it for 6 months, and Juan Bennett, look up that guy. That guy is a genius. He invented the interplanetary file system. He was like advising me, but like I couldn't do it. But yeah, that was my foray into bioinformatics, of like using eye scanning to prove that you are a unique individual online without it being stored in a server. We still can't do it, but if someone were able to solve that problem, proof of identity, then we could have online identity that no central government controlled, like your online passport, which would be awesome. And I'm sure the blockchain, there's still ways of doing that, you know, eye scanning and things like that. So, okay, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to do more of these live videos, and I'm gonna upload this code, and I love you guys, and thanks for watching, and you guys are the reason I do this. So for now, I've got to get hair like this guy. So thanks for watching. Mwah. Love you guys. And now I awkwardly try to close the tab while you guys watch. Here we go. Where is that anyway? Hold on. Where is it? Wait, where is it? Oh, I minimized it. Duh. Okay.